Hello, everyone. This is Angel here, and before we start, I just want to say thank you to Fronterix Community Project for letting me have this opportunity to make this video and, share my conversation with my mom. I did try really hard, and this is the first time I've ever made something like this, so please don't judge too harshly, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Hi guys, my name is Angel. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm a part of the 4th cohort that Fronterix Community Project has been able to recruit. So again, my name is Angelique, or Angel, and I go by they, them. I have here with me my mom. She's gonna introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Jeannie, Angelique's mom.
Alright, let's get into it. So, a running theme that's sort of in our YouTube channel is talking about sex ed, and today I'm going to be discussing parents' involvement in educating their children on sex ed and just basically go through how I grew up. Background. I grew up, well, of course, with my mom, and she was very open about topics such as sex and sexuality, of course. So, Mom, what kind of things were you open about when I was younger?
Practically everything. I was. Not just with her, but also with her brother and her sister. Things that I thought they should know. I tried to let them know since they were young, just so they could be safe, not go through the same, dilemmas that we did, myself and her dad at that time. Just so they could be more aware of it, of sex, sexuality, everything.
Yeah, so growing up, I thought it was really, really normal that your parents would talk about that stuff. From a young age, I sort of knew about it, and it's not like, well, I knew about it, and I thought it was very normal that parents would talk about it with their children. But once I started getting older, once I started getting like good friends, and I learned how their sort of family dynamics were, it opened my mind up to a lot of things, especially since a lot of my friends' parents are a part of the Mexican community, and as we all know, a lot of Mexican parents aren't very open to the idea of talking about it, or they just left it to their children to sort of figure that out by themselves. So, Mom, do you think it's important that parents be open about sex with their children?
Yes, very much so. Exactly as she's saying, as her friends, she would ask me questions, or she would let them know that I would talk to her about certain things. Some of her friends, well, their friends, because I also have 2 older children, they made it seem like it was a shame, or they weren't allowed to talk about that stuff. I tried to just tell my own children to be safe, just for the fact I just didn't want them to, make the same mistakes as myself and her dad did when we were together at that age. So I was more open about everything. She is the youngest, so she would hear me talk like that to her older siblings, and as she started getting older, I would tell her things also.
Yeah, so in like elementary and middle school, like I'd hear my mom talk about it with my sister and my brother, and a big part that played into my sort of education and me wanting to know more, just to be safe, is a lot of what happened in my younger years, especially in kinder. And so at that time, my sister had actually gotten pregnant, and I was about 6. And so there's this funny story. At that time, Twilight had come out. You know, I forgot which movie it is, but basically when Bella has her baby. And since I was like so young and I didn't know about any of that, I was like, is my sister gonna be like Bella? You know, like in the scene where she's all in the bed all sick, like, you know. I thought that was gonna be her. But when I would ask my mom, she would always tell me like, no.
So please do keep in mind, her older sister and her are 9 years apart. So there's a very big difference. Her older brother is 10 years apart from her. So when her older sister got pregnant, she literally did not understand. She just knew there was a baby coming. But my older daughter was very, very young when she got pregnant. Again, it does happen. She's not, I always tell Angelique, she's not the first, or she gonna be the last. It's something very common with a lot of people, and in a lot of homes. Just the fact is that people do not like to talk about it, and she's learned that throughout the years. But I just tried to tell her, and all I could say is it is good for parents to talk to their children. So many diseases are out there, so many things that you shouldn't be ashamed of anymore. I know back in the day, people were very ashamed, it was a hush hush thing, and it's not like that no more. So I do try to be very open with her, but again, she's not the only one that I've been open with besides my 2 older children.
Yeah.
And now I'm like that with my grandkids. So I try my best just because I want a better life for them.
Yeah. So actually getting to it, I also wanted to sort of include a little part. Is it good to just be there for your children and just like provide like pills, protection against like different things, condoms?
When her older brother and her sister were in high school, again, this is something that I did. Doesn't mean that I'm saying for every other parent to do that, because my mom did not do that. My mom never talked to me about this, nor my brothers or sisters. It was something never talked about. But I did. I gave her older brother and sister, I bought a box of condoms and I had it inside the kitchen, and I used to tell them I was not going to ask any questions if they were to use them or not. I would not ask, but apparently they were being used, and from what I understood, it was also my son's friends that were using them, which I was happy, and my son had told me that they were using them and that he responded and said, "It's okay, my mom won't say anything." And I thought that that was fine. Not that I'm saying I was consenting it. I just wanted them to be careful because of the fact of diseases that is still going on. Besides being pregnant, um, just so many things that I just, like I said, I've always wanted my children to do better um, for themselves.
Yeah. So it's very important for, or at least I think, especially being a part of the younger generation where a lot of things are coming out a bit more and people are being more open to the idea of queer relationships and everything that surrounds being not only queer but trans, ace, everything, just being a part of the LGBTQ community. It's very important, or again, my opinion, that parents are able to tell their children that they need to be mindful and be careful about the fact that it's not just about getting pregnant or having that risk, but there's also so many diseases that are spread if teenagers or people in general don't use condoms or protection, anything. It's not just getting pregnant that could happen.
And I really think that I know people like to say about the shows that come out that you should let them or you should not let them be seen, teenagers and stuff. But I always tell her that when we were younger, there's a lot of things us parents did that we are ashamed to tell our children. That's one. Second, that it's something that you shouldn't talk about. And I think that that's wrong. For the fact is that we all make mistakes. And if we don't teach them our mistakes to do better, then it's not a learning process. But I mean, everybody has learned certain things and it's okay. They're not going to be the first or the last that make those mistakes.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. You mentioned it right now. What do you think about the media's portrayal of sex between teenagers, or like
I mean,
like all of that?
They're still gonna do it, whether you ask them if you're doing it, they're gonna say no. So might as well just teach them, and hopefully they pick up the habit, or not the habit, but the learning process of it, because either way they're still gonna do it. I mean, I remember doing it when I was younger, and I used to say no, I wasn't. But I mean, there's a lot of these movies are just trying to give you trying to teach the parents awareness of what is happening out there, and so you could talk more to your children. Because I don't have, from the friends that I have, a lot of them do not talk a lot to their children. I mean, and I just try to encourage it, because I have older and younger children. So, I mean, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. I also think it's a good thing. I mean, if you don't want to talk about that sort of things with your children, that's okay. I mean, that's you. But I think you should have, or let it be known that there is another person or another adult that your child could go to, or talk about things with them so that they stay safe out in the world. I mean, it's changing every day, and
it does give you, the parents, a lot of knowledge in what is changing, because a lot of the talk, a lot of the way you could get things, meaning sexually, out there in the corner store, even by friends, like everything has changed. Back then, it wasn't something that you would do. Everybody was like, no, don't go tell my mom, and now it's like everybody goes better to their friends.
Yeah. There's been a lot of times, especially since right as of right now, I'm a senior in high school, and throughout the years there's been a lot of times where my friends have asked me for advice, and when I don't know, I've asked my mom, and since she's more knowledgeable in some aspects, she's been able to help me, like, give advice, and just like, I don't know, I think it's also being able to talk with your parent about anything related to sex or that aspect. It makes your bond stronger, or at least I think, because it doesn't put me in an awkward position of debating, well, should I just lie to my mom, or can I actually go to my mom for advice, where she won't judge me or get upset over the fact that I'm asking. She just tries to help me as best as I can with just learning. So
and please do not keep in mind it. I'm not saying that I'm giving her permission. That is not all it. I'm just saying that I'd prefer her talking to me and telling me, so that way I could help her if she does decide to do anything, the consequences, what could happen. Besides that, for her to know what is it that is right or wrong, because I wouldn't want anything to happen to my daughter.
Thank you, Mom. So I think our time is up. We don't want to make the video too long. We just hope that parents are able to see this and just not be so close-minded with their children. Again, it's helped me a lot growing up, especially going through puberty and everything especially finding my identity, and how my mom has been able to help in that process of finding my identity. So yes, this is the end of our video, but again, disclaimer, keep in mind that this is only one point of view. There's always two sides to the story, but we just want to share our experience and just hope that parents make the right decision when talking with their children, or being able to comfort them or give them advice. So yeah, that's it. Do you want to say a goodbye?
No, bye.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll have some socials down below, I believe. So yes, have a good day, everyone.
Bye.